Hello and welcome to this Antenna Systems multimedia presentation. During this course you'll be seeing just what is involved when you have to go out to a radio site to install antennas. We will be covering the most common types of RBS antenna systems, as well as some of the support equipment and even the tools that you may need to use. Now, I know this may sound a bit obvious, but exactly what is an antenna system? An antenna system begins with radio equipment, often mounted outdoors, but many are installed inside some form of portable shelter or building. Ericsson installations always include flexible jumper cables between radio cabinet and the thicker feeder cables. The feeders are secured to a ladder rack after they have penetrated the building wall through some sort of environmental seal, such as the Roxtec cable sealing system. Feeders are supported on a tray or ladder and routed to the antenna support structure. At the bottom of the tower, cables will be earthed as part of the system's lightning protection system. This means bonding the cable outer conductor to an earth bus bar. Feeders will be run up the tower in straight runs and secured using cleats or clamps at regular intervals. The top ends of feeder cables are connected to the antennas via short jumper cables, and all connections must be eventually weatherproofed. There may be other equipment connected between the feeders and antennas, such as amplifiers or other signal processing equipment. Here we are showing you a pair of sector antennas, each of which has a limited field of radiation. Sector antennas are used in urban installations where traffic density is high. Sector antennas are used in multi-sector sites. The radio site field of radiation could be divided into many sectors, but the most common configuration uses only 3 sectors. In a 3-sector site, each antenna has a 120-degree field of radiation in the horizontal plane. In this configuration example, 3 antennas would be required to cover a full 360-degree field of radiation. In wideband CDMA, we call these radiation fields sectors, and they are numbered. But in GSM systems, they are called cells and have identification letters. It is from this location that radio energy from the base station is radiated towards mobiles or other receiver stations. The antennas also receive traffic from mobile stations. Omnidirectional antennas are occasionally used to provide coverage in rural areas where traffic density is much lower. Omnidirectional antennas are only used in the single cell configurations, and they have a 360-degree field of radiation in the horizontal plane. Let us now hear what some managers from Ericsson have to say about the quality of recent antenna installations. What we're really interested to know is, what do you see as the major installation problem area when you're doing your site audits?
Normally when we are doing audits, the most failures are on the antenna system installation.
Okay, I see. But just how big is the problem, and what do you have as a reference work by which you compare the quality?
More than 50% of the audited sites have problems with the antenna system installations according to our installation instructions. The antenna system installation are one of the most critical parts for the radio service and reliability over time. Antennas will be subjected to snow and ice, extreme heat and tropical rainstorms, and we expect that the installations will work for more than 10 years. To achieve this, the installer needs to perform this with a high workmanship and pay attention to the small details, such as weatherproofing and good mechanical assembly during installation.
Dear friends and partners, Ericsson is active in 140 countries around the world in delivering mobile systems. And you are part of a team of some 10,000 colleagues that are doing the important installation and system implementation of these systems. It is our task to provide you with the best possible manuals, instructions and training. And please follow that carefully, since your work is so crucial to how we as Ericsson is perceived in delivering the expected quality. Keep up the good work. Thanks a lot for your work.
Well, as you've just heard, there's no doubt that Ericsson is depending upon your installation skills. But also remember that as an antenna installer, the only thing you should put before quality is safety. We will go through that in the safety chapter. But have fun with the course.